Alrighty, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome in. This is BoomerNation.com back here with another video, guys. Welcome back to NBA Week 3 predictions here. If you guys haven't checked out my video from yesterday, I did say that expect for this video or these videos to be out Tuesday night, Tuesday afternoon, whatever. I think we'll go ahead and get that out best to you guys. I want to kind of keep this one out to you guys. Hopefully the upload didn't take as long as it did yesterday. If you guys haven't checked out my Minecraft video yet, make sure you guys do so. That just took forever. Just took forever to upload. Stuff like that. It was annoying, but like I said, if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit the like, subscribe button, make sure to join the Discord. The link's in my description. Make sure you guys do check us out on Twitch. I'm on the 20s. So you guys don't miss any future streams. If you guys want to, well, I'm gonna start eventually, but we don't have enough players. So if you guys want to join the NBA draft, that is still in my link description. I'm probably gonna shut it down this week. I don't know if we don't get enough players. I might shut it down this week because I think we've been waiting too long. But anyway. Here we go, NBA Week 3 predictions here. Now, since we're out of Week 1 and Week 2, we can finally get into everything that we need to get into this week. So last week, we're coming off a pretty good damn performance. Coming off a 37-14 week. I feel pretty good about that. Overall record for the season, I'm 64-29, and I have 2 undefeated days, which means the undefeated days, if you guys are new to the channel, we also did this last year. The undefeated days means I picked a whole day of slate without getting one wrong. So that's basically what that means. I have 2 of them this season, both coming off of last week. So yeah, we're off to a pretty good start for this NBA season, and let's go ahead and get into our Week 3 picks. Let's see what we got. Alright, so kicking things off here, we have, I don't know why this is a primetime game, but anyway, we have Minnesota at Brooklyn. Like I said, I do not know why this is a primetime game here, but everybody knows who I'm going to pick here. I'm going to pick Minnesota to win. Minnesota's the better team. I mean, Brooklyn is horrible, and they haven't won a game yet this year. We played 2 weeks of basketball. They haven't even won a game. I mean, I got to pick Brooklyn. I got to pick Minnesota, right? I think this one's pretty obvious. Okay, and now moving over here from our second game here on Monday, we get the Bucks at the Pacers, and this is also Miles Turner's revenge game because, you know, he went traded to the Bucks, and now he's going to Indiana. Indiana is struggling so far. Bucks are rolling so far, and listen, I think I could be wrong here, and Indiana could surprise me here, but I think Miles Turner. This is just not only a revenge game for Miles Turner. I don't think the Bucks are going to lose this game just simply because this is Miles Turner's revenge game, and I don't think Giannis will allow that to happen. Plus, I think the Bucks they're the better team right now. They're rolling. I like the way they've been playing. I just like the Bucks, man. They've been a pretty good damn team over the first 2 weeks. They've been fun. They've been fun to watch. I'm gonna take the Bucks. All right, next one here. We have a good one here. Actually, I think this one's actually gonna be one of the more entertaining games of the week. We have the Jazz visiting the Celtics, and the reason why I say this is gonna be entertaining because Utah's actually done a pretty good job of hanging around with teams. Yeah, sure they lose majority of their games, but they're kind of like the New Orleans Saints in the NFL. Like they always lose, but they always give teams a fight. And then Boston has been kind of inconsistent. Like I said, they started off slow. Now I feel like they're starting to heat up. I don't know what to predict this game. I think this game will be close either way you look at it. But I'm gonna take the Celtics to win this game. Yeah, I very much could be wrong because, like I said, Utah could be a little sneaky here. But being played in Boston, I gotta go with the Celtics here. But I can absolutely see me being wrong with this pick. Alright, now we have Washington at New York. Listen, New York has kind of been a little inconsistent this year, and I think so far in the early going year, and like I said, it's too early to like make everything final. It's too early to say everything that this is how this team is going to be, all that. But come on, the Knicks should be able to win this game. They're going to beat the shit out of Washington. This game should not be close. Washington, they look like one of the worst teams in basketball. Like they look bad. Their defense looks bad, offense looks bad. I just think New Orleans is going to trench them, especially with this game being played in the Garden. Like I gotta go with the Knicks. They're the better team. They're gonna win the game. Alrighty, moving on, we have the Mavericks visiting the Rockets. We got the Battle of Texas here, and this game could be a little interesting because, you know, Dallas, and I think this is the first. I mean, it's not the first real game in Dallas, but Dallas have actually been home for a lot, so I can see this being a trap game or somehow being a scenario that Dallas could actually win this game. But Anthony Davis is going to be injured. I think he torn his Achilles, something like that. It was like an Achilles injury, something he tore while he was with us and the Lakers. But anyway, here I'm going to take Houston to win this game. I think they're the better team at the moment. They're the more healthier team. They're at home. And then Kevin Durant should have a day here. Dallas hasn't really been that good to start the season. Now am I expecting that in the late window, like when we get into it a little bit? No, but then they've been a little off right now. I think the Rockets are starting to come back to life a little bit. I think at home, how banged up the Mavs are, I gotta take the Rockets. Alright, moving on here. Now we got the Pistons at the Grizzlies. I mean, listen, the Grizzlies, I think they're a good team, but they're a good team that's in a mess right now. I do not know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with him and Ja Morant, but I gotta go with the Pistons to win this game. The Grizzlies look too confused. It look like they don't know what they're doing out there on the floor right now. And it's just not because they're a bad team. It's because what's going on with Ja. I have no idea what's going on with Ja. Therefore, I think they're going to lose the game because I think that's going to distract the Grizzlies and their organization. Therefore, the Pistons I feel like they're a team that's good enough to walk in there and beat them. So we'll go with the Pistons. Alright, now we have the Kings at Denver. Also, I just realized this is Russell Westbrook's revenge game. So do I think he's gonna get it? Nah, the Kings are not. They're not talented enough to beat Denver. Listen, if you want to beat Denver, if you want to beat a team like Denver, you gotta outplay Denver. And I don't think that Sacramento doesn't really have the talent to beat Denver. I mean, sure they have Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, but you gotta play guys like Jokic and that Nuggets bench. How productive? How Aaron Gordon's been productive. I just don't think that the Kings are going to keep up with Denver. I got to go with the Nuggets at home. Now we got the Lakers at the Trailblazers, and there's a little unfortunate news that has to go wrong with my Lakers. Yeah, I'm not sure you can make an argument that my Lakers are balling, and they are balling. They're playing really good basketball right now. But last time I checked on the injury report before I started recording this, is that Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, and LeBron James. Well, everybody knows LeBron's gonna be out, but Luka and AR are gonna be out. So I think that's a huge difference for the Lakers to win this game, especially playing on the road, playing against a Trailblazers team that's actually have not been that bad so far. So like I said, if the Stars were playing, I would pick the Lakers to win this game, but I just feel like I have to go with the Trailblazers to win this game because just how banged up the Lakers are. And even though I do believe in my guys, I think my guys can go up there. I think we can put up a fight. I'm just not expecting us to win this game because you know how banged up we are. So for that reason, unfortunately I'm gonna have to pick the Trailblazers. But Lakers, please prove me wrong. Alright, and closing out the Monday slate here, we have Miami visiting the Clippers. Also, talk about revenge game. This is also Norman Powell's revenge game. Remember, he used to play for the Clippers last year, and now he's going to go back to LA as a Heat uniform, and he's going to play the Clippers. Just like what I said about Miles Turner earlier. Like, you know how I predicted Miles Turner for the Bucks to get their revenge over Indiana? This time, I could go the same trend with Norman Powell beating the Clippers, and I think it's going to happen. I think Miami's going to win this game. Now, this is kind of risky because Miami actually hasn't looked a little bit off since their first week, but I think they can find a way to get this win from Norman Powell. Like I said, I'm taking the risk here. Am I going to be wrong? I probably will be wrong, but at the end of the day, I'm going to take Miami to win it. I think they have the team to do it. Still waiting for Tyler Hero, but right now Miami's doing a pretty good job of staying above water until at least Tyler Hero comes back. So I'm gonna trust Miami Heat in this one. Alright, and now moving on, we got the Tuesday slate here, and I think this is a pretty short slate. Matter of fact, I think this is the shortest slate of the week. But anyway, first things first here, we got the Bucks at Toronto, and this game could be very fun to watch because I actually do love both these two teams. I think both two teams have been pretty impressive early on to start the year, especially the Bucks. Like, the Bucks have been pretty impressive. At the same time, this is the second night of back-to-back for the Bucks, so that could be a factor here in why I can see the Bucks losing this game. But there's just no way I can pick against them right now. They're rolling on all cylinders. Giannis looks good. Miles Turner looks good. Everybody looks good for the Bucks. Everybody looks in rhythm. I think I'm going to continue to stick with the wave with Milwaukee, so I'm going to take them. Alright, and now hitting our first game on Prime Video here on NBC. I don't know however you guys watch it, NBC, Prime Video, whatever you guys are watching on. But anyway, the first one here, we have Orlando at Atlanta, and this game could be a little interesting here, I think, but I gotta go with Atlanta to win this game. I think Atlanta's a little bit too banged up. Missing Trae Young, I think that's going to be huge. I don't know how long he's going to be out, but he's going to be out for a while. and I just think the Magic are the better team right now. They got the shooting to be Atlanta. Now, if Trae Young was playing in this game, I probably would honestly pick the Hawks to win this game because it's in Atlanta. But at the same time, I think the Hawks injuries continue to pile up, and I expect the Magic to go in there and get the win in Atlanta. All right, now moving on here, this is probably going to be one of the more entertaining games of the week here. But anyway, we got Philadelphia at Chicago. I think so. Give me the Bulls. Listen, I've been impressed with the Bulls. I love the way how they've been playing. Listen, I can see Philadelphia winning this game because, like I said, this is a toss-up game. It really is a toss-up game, and definitely one of the harder games to pick this week. But I just love the way how Chicago's been playing, especially at home. I gotta go with the Bulls here. Like, if this game was in Philadelphia, I would go with the Sixers. But the Bulls have actually been one of the better teams in the league at home. I think they can actually take care of business here and hand Philadelphia their uncommon loss. What I think they're about to get here. Like, so this game could be very entertaining. I think it will be entertaining. I can see this one being an ass beating. Like, there's just so many things that could happen in this game. But listen, like I said, I've been impressed with the Bulls. I think they go out there. I think they win this game. I know Philadelphia's probably the better team right now, but I think they go out there and win it at home. After that, we got the Hornets at the Pelicans. Listen, the Pelicans are kind of like the Brooklyn Nets, and I don't know why New Orleans is this bad. We played 2 weeks of basketball. New Orleans have still yet to win a game like that. That's shocking because I was just never expecting them to ever come out of that. Never expecting them to not win a game by now, but I still can't pick them here. I can't pick the Pelicans just yet. Just Hornets, they look better as a team as a whole right now. Now, if this is New Orleans' first win of the season, then I can absolutely see it because they're playing against the Hornets, and the Hornets are not that great either. But I gotta go with the Hornets. There's just no way I can pick the Pelicans right now. Now we got Phoenix at Golden State. Listen, Phoenix have actually been winning some games as of late, and I'm kind of surprised that they are because Phoenix is not really supposed to be a good team this year. But at the same time, maybe there's a possibility that they are. But it's at the same time here, they got a tough matchup. And going into Golden State, I think the Warriors take care of business here. I'm not really expecting Phoenix to go into Golden State and win. Now, if this game was in Phoenix, then maybe I can see it a little bit. But I think the Warriors, they've been hot. Steph Curry's been playing well. Like the way how their defense is. I think they can hold Devin Booker in check. I think the Warriors can pull out this one at home. If not, it'll be a little disappointing, but I gotta go with the Warriors. They're at home. They're the better team. I gotta pick them to win this game. And last but not least, we have our other game here on Prime Video, and I think this one's actually going to be a good one here. We have OKC visiting the Clippers. The only reason I say this game good because I can see the Clippers fighting with OKC. I can see it, especially with this game being played in Los Angeles. Maybe this is a trap game for OKC. This maybe be their first loss of the season, especially if they do lose to Miami, like I'm predicting. But however, I'm going to pick the Thunder to win this game. I just don't see a reason how you can pick against OKC right now. They're dominant. They're a dominant force. They're probably the only team that's undefeated in the league right now. I think San Antonio's right there too, but they've been undefeated. The team's been balling out even with their injuries. I just don't think the Clippers have the weapons to keep up with OKC, so I'm going to go to the Thunder. Alright, and now moving on, we got the Wednesday slate here, which is kind of busy this week. I don't know if it was busy last week, but it is pretty damn busy this week. So first things first here, I think we have a good one here. We got the Sixers visiting the Cavs, and the Cavs are actually wearing the throwback uniforms. You know, the throwback uniforms they used to wear in the LeBron era. But anyway, like I said, I think this one's going to be close. I can see this one going either way. Yes, you can argue Philadelphia is the better team right now, but in the Cavs, injuries are probably something that we have to watch out for here because Cleveland's probably one of the more banged up teams in the early going the season here. But I'm going to pick the Cavs to win. And listen, I can't pick. I think I said this with Minnesota last week. I don't know how I can pick against them uniforms. I just can't do it. I don't know. It's like I said, some games are just uniforms that gets me. But anyway, in this one, I'm going to take the Cavs to win it. Hopefully, they do bounce back and get it done. Now we got the Jazz at the Pistons. Listen, I can see it. I can see the Jazz winning this game. Am I going to pick it? No, but I can see it. And the really reason I can see it is, like I said, the Jazz, like I said earlier, the Jazz, they look like they can compete with anybody in the league right now. But they'll fall short majority of the games. But it looks like they can go out there, get their guys, give a team a tough challenge, and maybe sometimes they can edge it out. But I can see a potential upside here, but I'm not going to pick it here. I'm going to go Detroit. Now we got Brooklyn at the Pacers. And listen, I know that both of these two teams have kind of been cold, but Brooklyn is still winless without 2 weeks into basketball, which is kind of bad right now because the really good and let's be honest, the Nets just look terrible in the opening 2 weeks. And then the Pacers, like I said, they've been kind of cold, but come on, they gotta win this game, right? Like if it's at home in Indiana, I just would it be absolutely insane if the Pacers actually lost this game, especially when they got more firepower and like Pascal Siakam's playing well, he's doing whatever he can. I know the Pacers are injured too, but like I said, they just gotta find a way to get out of this slump, and I think they're gonna do it here with the home win over the Brooklyn, or at least it should be, but I'm not gonna guarantee it. Now we have Washington at Boston. Listen, it will be absolutely, as a Lakers fan, I would say it will be absolutely hilarious if the Celtics lose at home against the worst team in basketball. Well, I'm not going to say that already. I'm going to say one of the worst teams. I'm not going to punch Washington already because we're kind of early on this season, and we kind of don't know who the worst team in basketball is because there's a lot of bad teams apparently. But I got to pick the Celtics to win this game. I don't think they'll lose at home against Washington. I mean, it's definitely possible because the Celtics have been a little bit off so far this year, but I just don't think the Celtics are going to lose this game. Like I said, it'll be absolutely hilarious if they do find a way to lose this game, but I ain't going to fall for it. Washington's one of the worst teams in the league. Boston is probably way better than that. I'm going to take Boston to win it. And now we have our ESPN doubleheader. Like I said, we have 2 games on ESPN on Wednesday. The first one we have here is Minnesota at New York, and I think this one's going to be a pretty entertaining game in general. One, because I think Minnesota can fight. They shown, I don't know when Anthony Edwards is coming back, but we've seen that they can still fight without him. And in New York, I mean, they're a team that probably should be playing, or probably is better than the record shows. But at the same time, they're not really showing that right now. But anyway, here I'm going to take the Knicks to win it because they're more healthier and they're at home. If this game was in Minnesota, I probably would go with the Knicks, but I think Karl-Anthony Towns gets his revenge against his old team. Like I said, it won't be easy. The Timberwolves know they have enough firepower. They can still win this game even without Anthony Edwards, but I gotta go with the Knicks. At home, in the Garden, gotta take them. Now we have Houston at Memphis. I mean, like I said, I think this one could be another good game. I think it'll be another squeaker here, but at the same time, like, Houston's heating up. The Grizzlies are going cold. Like, I just think this makes all the sense for me to pick Houston to win this game. By the way, is this Houston's first time wearing the black jerseys? I think so, but if it is, I've always been a big fan of the Rockets black jerseys. But yeah, I think I'm going to pick the Rockets to win this game. That they're more trustworthy right now. It's just a whole situation with Ja. That's what it's just the reason why I just can't pick Memphis to win this game. I just feel like I have to go Houston. Now we got the Pelicans at Dallas, and listen, I can see the Pelicans again. Maybe if this is their first win, I could see it being here because they're playing. Because I know you're on the road, but you're playing against a Dallas team who's also kind of banged up, who actually does not have Anthony Davis, who doesn't have kind of their players, and the whole team in general. Dallas just feels like they've been a little bit off so far this year compared to what our expectation was for like before the season even started here. But I'm gonna take Dallas to win it. I mean, I absolutely could be wrong here, and the Pelicans, if they do lose on Tuesday, I mean, this is the second night back to back, so maybe there's a chance they go out there and win this game, and I can see it. Like, so you're playing against the Mavericks team that's kind of injured here, but I'm going to take Dallas to win it. I don't think they'll lose at home to the Pelicans. I mean, if they do, I wouldn't be too shocked about it, but anyway, I think Dallas gets it done. Next up, we got Miami at Denver. Listen, this game actually could be a lot closer than you guys think it is. One, I think Miami has a good offense already, and I think their offense can't actually keep up with Denver. I'm not going to say it's going to win against Denver because it's not, because Denver's one of the best teams in the league. They're really hard to beat, especially with this game being in Denver. But it's kind of like, it was kind of fun when these two teams met in the NBA Finals a couple seasons ago. But anyway, here like I said, I got Denver winning because Denver is the better team. They're at home, and I think this one's going to be a shootout. It could be a shootout. I think this one's going to be a line for a shootout. But Denver actually has one of the best defenses in basketball, and they might be able to keep one of the Miami players in check in this game. So I'm going to go with Denver to win this game. Denver looks like one of the best teams in the league, so I'm going to treat them like one of the best teams in the league. I think Denver wins it. Alright, next up we have our second game here on ESPN on Wednesday. Here we have San Antonio at the Lakers, and definitely should be a pretty interesting game here. Listen, this game is kind of all about the injuries here. Like, there's a lot of ways it can go go with this, but especially the injuries is kind of making my decision with this game. If we don't have like Austin Reeves, LeBron, if we don't have Austin Reeves and Luka, I'm picking San Antonio, because I don't think that you're going to need them playing against a team like the Spurs, who has been red hot, and Wemby's been red hot as well. So like I said, if we don't have our injuries, I'm easily picking the Spurs to win this game, but I'm gonna go with the Lakers for right now, because I think we're slightly the better team. I mean, I'm not even gonna say that. I think I respect San Antonio. I think they looked really good early on in early going in the season. I think and they look pretty dangerous right now in early going. But I'm gonna pick my boys to win it. Like I said, I very much could be wrong here, but I can see the Lakers losing this game. But at home in Los Angeles, I'll take the Lakers. Now we have OKC at Portland. Like I said, it's just not happening. I could see this. Like at the same time, you can actually see the Thunder losing this game because it's on the road and playing against a team like that's actually been improving, like Portland. But it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to exist. I gotta pick the Thunder to win this game. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Portland goes out there and upsets them. But I don't like my chances to count on it. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think anybody's capable of beating OKC right now, so I gotta pick OKC. Alright, now we got closing out on Thursday here. We have another good one here. We have Golden State visiting Sacramento. Like I said, I think this one's going to be a good game. I think this one's going to be a nail biter, but overall, I think the Kings can keep up. They got DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine. Those two guys have been balling out. Likewise, seeing now Russell Westbrook with his team and how he fits in. But I gotta pick the Warriors to win this game. I think Steph Curry is going to close them out. Like I said, I'm kind of expecting this one to be a close game, but I think the deciding factor for me is who has the more like closing scores. I know DeMar DeRozan is really good at that for Sacramento, but I gotta take the Warriors here. Steph Curry looks like at Sacramento, the Warriors normally got the Kings number. I gotta take the Warriors here. And now moving on to Thursday, and this one's kind of weird because we only have one game. Yeah, we only got one game on Thursday, and that's kind of weird. I don't think we're ever going to see that in the NBA, but anyway, our only game here on Thursday is we got the Clippers at the Suns. And I really want to pick Phoenix to win this game, but I just can't do it. I don't think Phoenix can hang around with the guys like James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and you also got to consider that Clippers have probably one of the best defenses in the league so far this year. I just don't. I don't know, but the weapons that the Clippers got, I hate to admit it but I don't think the Phoenix Suns are going to be able to handle all that. I just don't think so. So I'm going to go with the Clippers. I know it's on the roads in Phoenix, so maybe that's a trap game. But man, like I said, I really wanted to pick Phoenix here, but I couldn't do it. I got the Clippers. And now we have the NBA Friday in season tournament. This I'm pretty sure I don't know if everybody's on game 2 of the in season tournament. I do not know how that works. I think everybody's on game 2, but I'm not sure. I don't know if it's like the same cell with different schedule, all that. And then we do have 2 games on Prime this week, and this is one of them. But anyway, next we have Boston at Orlando. I think this one could be entertaining here, but I'm going to lean towards the home team here. I think I have to go with Orlando to win the game. Now, Orlando is wearing them black uniforms, which I'm very excited to watch. I think they look pretty good. I think they'll look pretty good in the black uniforms. But even though Boston, I do think they can hang around. They got the pieces to hang around, but I'm going to lean towards the team that I trust more and the team that is at home, and that's both Orlando, so I'm taking them to win the game. Next up, we have Cleveland at Washington. Listen, I respect Washington. You know, they're wearing the blue uniforms. This is the in-season tournament here. But the basic of this game is going to come down to Cleveland's injuries. If Cleveland is banged up, then I'm going to take the Cavs. I mean, regardless, here I'm taking the Cavs. You guys know I'm taking the Cavs here. But if this game is like if the Cavs are still missing their guys the way that they are right now, then I'm going to take the Cavs by maybe like 10 or 15 something points like that. But if the Cavs have everybody playing, then this is going to be a snot pounding. This game is not going to be any close at all. Matter of fact, I don't think this game will be close to begin with. I'm taking Cleveland all the way. Alright, after that we have Toronto at Atlanta. This is another game that I could see going either way, and I think it very much could be close here. But listen, I actually like I said earlier about the Toronto when I picked them against the Bucks. I like what I'm seeing out of Toronto, and Atlanta's still a little bit banged up here. So plugging those two things in, I'm going to take Atlanta. I'm going to take Toronto to win this game to the more healthier team. And like I said, I've been impressed with Toronto. I think Brandon Ingram fits that system. Likewise, Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett. I'm really starting to like this team more and more every single time I watch them. So I'm going to take the Raptors here. I think they take advantage of the Hawks injuries. Now we have the Pistons at the Nets, and I don't know if the Nets are. I think the Nets are wearing a different version of the black uniforms. I do not know. I mean, I already have the Nets for black uniforms, so I just put them in gray. And just to let you guys know, when the every single time the Nets are wearing those like Nets uniforms instead of Brooklyn black uniforms, I'm just gonna put them in gray instead. So just let you know, and also just trying to flip the script a little bit here. But yeah, I'm gonna take Detroit to win this game. They're the better team here. I know they're on the road, and maybe being on the road and in season tournaments have something to play for. Maybe the Nets might come out on fire, but I gotta go with the Pistons here. Like I said, the Brooklyn just reminds me of the Pelicans. Like there's just no way I can pick that. There's just no possible way I can pick them right now. And then we got our second game here on Prime Video. This is another good one here. We have Houston at San Antonio, and I cannot wait to watch this game. I cannot wait. Wemby versus KD. Like this is going to be a good showing. Both teams got good defenses. Both teams got good offenses. I cannot wait to watch this showdown here. But it's in San Antonio, so I'm gonna give the slice to the Spurs. If this game was in Houston, I'd probably go with the Rockets here. But in San Antonio, I think they get the slice for me. Like I said, I think this one's gonna be squeaker. I think this one's gonna be a great game. I can see the outcome here. This game is only a flip a coin game, but I'm gonna lean towards San Antonio. Both teams are really good. Both teams are off the hot starts. Both teams got good perimeter defense, but I think this one's really gonna be a clash. But give me the Spurs at home. Now we have the Hornets at Miami. I mean, like I said, I can see the Hornets keeping this one close. I think the Hornets have been a little bit too. I think the Hornets are young. I think the Hornets can fly around with Miami, but I gotta pick the Heat to win this game. I mean, I'll take them to win. I think they have the better tools on offense, and plus they're at home. I think that's a big game changer with Bam Adebayo and way how Norman Powell's playing. I think that's a big game changer, and I just don't think the Hornets defense is gonna be able to keep up with those two, especially how the way the two have been scoring. Now Hornets do have a lot of good options as well. LaMelo Ball, he's been cruising out this year. He's been off to a good start this season, but I gotta go with the Miami Heat. They're at home. They have more weapons on offense. Therefore, I'll take them. Now we got the Mavericks at the Grizzlies, and these are two teams here that's on a mess. I mean, the Mavericks on the mess because knowing the situation that they are, knowing they got the AD injury situation. Now since they got all of these things going, like what direction are they going in? And then we have the Grizzlies nonsense with John Moran. I think the first thing this brought this up was the game against my Lakers, and that's been brought up. So both of these teams on a mess here, and I just have no choice here but just pick the home team to win. Like I said, I'm not really a fan of picking anybody here, but if I had to pick somebody to win, it will be the home team here, so I'm gonna go with the Grizzlies. Next up here, we got a really fun one here. We got Chicago at Milwaukee, and I'm definitely watching this game. But I think this one could be close. I think this one's going to be a nail-biter. The Bulls have been very impressive. Both of these two teams have been very impressive. In Milwaukee, that definitely could make a difference. But I got to go with the Bucks here, man. Like I said, I know the Bulls, they've been impressive. And if I'm being honest, I was actually thinking about taking the Bulls to win this game. I was thinking about it because, the Bulls have been really impressive this year. Josh Giddey's been on a tear. But I think he goes to work here. I think Miles Turner has a big difference in this one. I think Bobby Portis gets going, and the Bucks just originally being at home, the team that's really good at home in Milwaukee, I gotta take the Bucks to win it. After that, we have Utah at Minnesota. This is definitely good. This is another one. I think this is going to be a good game here. Jazz, like I said earlier in this video, I think they can compete with anybody. They showed that they can compete with anybody. But at the same time, Minnesota being at home, that's a complete game changer. I got to take the Wolves to win this game. Also, that they're wearing a gray uniform for the first time this season, so that's how it's going to look pretty exciting here. But anyway, here I'm taking the Wolves to win this game. This is a tough task for Utah to go into Minnesota and win this game on the road in the in-season to play off a tournament, like playoff vibe thing. I gotta take Minnesota. Second game here on prime time is another good one here. We have Golden State at Denver, and look at Denver. They're wearing the Mile High City Edition uniforms. I love it. But anyway, here I think this one's gonna be a clash. I think anybody can win it. I think this one can go either way. I wouldn't be surprised about the outcome here for both teams. Both teams have been excellent to start the year. Denver's been right hot. Golden State's been hot. So I can see this one going either way. It's gonna be a clash. But with this game being in Denver, I think they get this slash from me. If this game was in Golden State, I'd probably go with the Warriors here, to be completely honest with y'all. But it's in Denver. I think they can get the slash here for me. But they're gonna have to play well, because if they don't play well to win this game, Golden State's gonna win it. Like I think this one can go either way, but I'm going to lean towards the home team here. Denver wins. Alright, and ending off this NBA in-season tournament Friday games where we have OKC at Sacramento. Listen, just like what I'm saying here, like I said, the Kings, I think they can win one at home, but they're not going to win this one, and they're not going to beat OKC. This team is not good enough to beat OKC. If you want to beat, now Sacramento wants to beat OKC, then a couple things have to go right for it. One, they can't fuck up once, because it feels like if they do that, OKC is just going to take advantage of it. And number two, you're going to need a really good defensive team to beat OKC, and that's just not what Sacramento has right now. Listen, their defense has been solid, but like I said, it can't even be solid. Like it needs to be elite to beat OKC, and I just don't think the Kings have the firepower and the talent to beat them. So I got to go OKC. Alright, now moving on here to the Saturday slate. Not too big of a slate, not too little either. So the first things first here, we have on Saturday, we have Dallas at Washington, and I don't know why, but something's telling me that Washington is going to win this game. I don't know why either. I think it's kind of weird. I think it's kind of random here, but I mean, I'm going to take Dallas to win it, but I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people on my coach is going to watch this game because, you know, Cooper Flag is going to DC, and that's going to be a pretty exciting thing to watch here. But I mean, I'm going to pick Dallas to win it. I mean, I definitely could be wrong here because I don't know, something's telling me that Washington can win this game. Maybe Washington steps out, get their first win playing against a pretty banged up Dallas team, but I'm gonna take the Mavericks here, but it's a little risky. Next up, we got the Raptors at the Sixers, and man, the Sixers are wearing the throwbacks. Man, they're wearing the throwbacks. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure this is a Sixers throwback uniforms from a long time ago. I think it's like back in the 1980s, something like that. But anyway, here, like so, I'm expecting this one to be a good game. Both teams have been impressive here, but I'm gonna go with the Sixers being at home. If this game is in Toronto, I'm probably going the other way. But I think that in Toronto they have the pieces to keep up with a team like the Sixers. But both these two teams have been playing well. Both teams got a good offensive showcase here to the early part of the season. I just got to go with the 76ers. The 76ers are at home. They got Joel Embiid rolling. I think the front court's rolling for them. I think the Sixers take it at home. But like I said, this game's gonna be pretty entertaining. Now we have the Lakers at the Hawks on NBA TV, which is kind of weird because we have a game on NBA, we have a game on ESPN, and we have a game on NBA TV. I don't think that makes any sense. But anyway, here Lakers at the Hawks, and I'm gonna pick my boys. I think my boys continue to roll. Atlanta's a little bit of a cold streak right now, even though they are at home, and I'll now give them props. But I actually do think the Lakers step in there and get the win. Well, will it be easy? Absolutely not, because you know Atlanta, they without Trae Young, sometimes they like to step up and get the job done here. But kind of like what I said about, it's kind of like what I said about Toronto. I think the Lakers are going to take advantage of those Hawks injuries. Next up, we got the Bulls at the Cavs. Listen, let me tell you guys something. I was this close away from picking Chicago to win this game. Literally, I was this close away from picking Chicago to win this game because I think Chicago's been playing well. Number two, they're playing as a Cavs team they're good, but they're injured, and that could be a little bit suspicious going into a game like this. But I'm gonna pick the Cavs to win it. I mean, as long as they're at home, I think they'll take care of business here. We're in the retro logos, we're in the throwbacks uniforms for this game. But if the Bulls somehow come out here and get the win, I wouldn't be shocked at all. Like I said, I think the Bulls have looked pretty impressive over these last couple weeks to start the season, but I'm going to take the Cavs. As long as they're at home here, I think they take care of business here, but this is another toss-up game according to me. Next up, we have an interesting one here. We have the Trailblazers going into the Miami Heat. Like I said, I respect the Portland Trailblazers. I really do. I think this team is very much improved from last season. I think this team can definitely go out there and win some games, especially some games I'm not expecting to win. And this is definitely a winnable game here. You're going into Miami, who the Heat have actually been a little bit inconsistent this year, but at the same time, they actually been pretty darn good at the home game stretch that they've been on. I know Miami hasn't been home as of late, but they actually been pretty good when they didn't have their games in Miami. I mean, this one could go either way according to me because this was another toss-up game. Portland was impressive, Miami looked pretty impressive, but I'm going to take the Heat to win this game. I mean, they're at home. Going from Portland to Miami is definitely a big game changer there. That's a huge time travel between distant times, and I think Miami takes advantage of that. Like I said, if this game is in Portland, I'm probably going the other way here, but it's in Miami, so I'll take the Heat. All right, and after that we have the Pelicans at the Spurs. I mean, how the way these two teams are playing right now, I think this is going to be a snap outing. I'm not really expecting this game to be close at all. I think San Antonio is going to beat the shit out of them. Now, if the Pelicans will just play better, okay, maybe you might have a shot at picking them here, but I just can't do it. San Antonio, they're a much better team here. They're at home. Like, I would be absolutely shocked if San Antonio found a way to lose this game, but nah, they're not going to lose it. They're not going to lose the Pelicans team, who early on in the year looks like one of the worst teams in all of basketball. Just can't pick it. I got to go with the Pelicans. I got to go with the Spurs. My bad. I'm not picking the Pelicans. All right, and closing out Saturday, we have our ESPN game here where we got Phoenix going into the Clippers here. Listen, I think this is another weird game they have on ESPN. I mean, the Suns are not playing that bad, but at the same time, I just not expecting to win this game because you got to go to LA, you got to deal with Kawhi Leonard and all that stuff. And I think the Clippers overall hasn't been a little overwhelming and early going in the year, but at the same time, I think they can compete with good teams. So I'm going to take the Clippers and win this game. I mean, there's probably no shot to anybody here. I can see the Suns winning this game, but I'm not gonna count on that happening, especially with this game being at LA. I think that's gonna be a different challenge for the Suns. Plus, about knowing that they only have like one or two good scorers in their team, and the Clippers have a variety of options that they can go to. I don't think the matchup just favors the Clippers in this one. And now moving on to our last day of the week, which is Sunday, and we actually have a lot of good games on Sunday. But anyway, the first one here we have Houston at Milwaukee. Anyway, this is probably one of the better games of the entire week, if not one of the better games, because I think I actually liked how both of these two teams have been off the playing. I already talked about the Bucks a lot. I already praised about the Bucks a lot, but at the same time, Houston looks like they've been on the cold streak, but now they're starting to get hot. Both teams have been pretty damn good to start the year, and it's in Milwaukee. I mean, I can see Houston win this game regardless if it was in Milwaukee. Kevin Durant versus Giannis, we've seen it before. It gives us a show. I'm gonna give this one to the Bucks because it's at home. If this game is in Houston, I'm probably majority going the other way with this. But both teams got good defenses. Both teams got good offenses. It's going to be a clash, but normally I go with the home team here, and that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to take the Bucks. Now we got the Battle of New York here. We got the Nets at the Knicks, and I know I said that there was going to be a lot of good games on Sunday, but probably not this one because everybody knows who I'm going to pick here. I'm going to pick the Knicks to win it. The Knicks are the better team here. I mean, there's no question. The Nets look absolutely horrible. I think I talked about this all video long and all year long so far. They're like one of the worst teams in the league, and I don't see them picking up the win for a long time. So, I mean, maybe the Nets do step up, get a win here in the Garden, but just not expecting it. The Knicks are significantly better than them. I'm going to take them for the win. Now we got the Celtics at the Magic, and this should be another good game here. But if it's the second time these two teams are playing like in this week, it's crazy here. But anyway, I think I have a couple explanations why I'm gonna pick who I'm gonna pick here. Number one, it's tough beating the same team 2 times in a row. I mean, I get that you're home again for the Magic, but at the same time, it gets a little tough because you gotta play against. You get to play this team again. You know this team's gonna make adjustments. It's kind of like the NBA playoffs. It's never gonna be easy beating the same team over and over again, but I mean, unless you're Minnesota. But anyway, in this game, I'm gonna say Orlando wins the first one, and Orlando wins the first one in the in-season tournament game, and then I think Boston comes back and gets them here. Like I say, I wouldn't be. I mean, that's just the way. That's just the way how I think the trends are gonna go. I think Boston takes it. Now we got OKC at Memphis, and I can see this one being a close game as well, especially the Grizzlies wearing those beautiful looking City Edition black uniforms again. Like I give credit to the Grizzlies. I think those uniforms look phenomenal, and I do think that should be their actual logo, like in the actual NBA. But listen, you're playing against OKC, and that's probably one of the biggest problems you could face in the entire league right now. Is that OKC? They're demons. They're one of the best teams in the league. They're really hard to pick against. Probably a team that you can't really pick against right now. Like the team just looks phenomenal, and they're probably way better than the Grizzlies right now, despite them wearing those black uniforms. Alright, and now we actually got a fun one here. We got the Pistons at the Sixers, another fun game here on Sunday. This one could go either way. I was actually going back and forth with this one, talking about my responses for each game, because Detroit can win this game because Detroit has hung around with teams as of late, especially against teams I'm not expecting to win. And then the Sixers, like I said, they've been impressive this year, probably one of the more impressive teams out the get-go to begin the season, especially after what happened last year to them. So I think this one's going to be a clash here, but like I said, normally I'll go with the home team in these situations, and that's probably what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take the Sixers to win it. This game is in Detroit. I'm going the other way here for sure, because I think, like I said earlier, I think the Pistons have enough weapons to keep up with the Sixers. But at the same time, in Philadelphia, the way how Philadelphia is playing right now, I gotta take it for the win. But like I said, if this game is in Detroit, I'll be taking the Pistons here. Now we have Indiana at Golden State. I mean, I gotta pick the Warriors to win this game. They're the more consistent team right now. They're at home. I mean, I just don't have really any reason to pick Indiana right now. I mean, I want Indiana to win, but I just have no reason to pick them here. The Warriors, they're the more organized team that's more healthier, that has more star power, and they're at home. They got the home court with them too, and the black uniform. So I gotta take the Warriors. The whole matchup says Warriors right now. All right, and to end out week 2 here on Sunday, the last game here on Sunday, which is another good one here. We have Minnesota at Sacramento. Listen, I was thinking about this entire video, me predicting the Kings lose every single home game, which I think they've been actually home like literally this entire week, maybe except for one game, and I've been picking the Kings to lose because they're playing against teams that just can't pick them. I just can't pick them against, but I don't think they're going to lose every home game, and that's almost impossible to do in a whole week slate of basketball. So what I'm going to do here is, since because I've been picking them to lose, I'm going to pick Sacramento to win this one, because they're playing against an injured Wolves team, and maybe I do think Sacramento might take advantage of that. But like I said, if this game is close, I wouldn't be shocked in any way. But maybe it's because I've been rude to Sacramento. I mean, I haven't been rude. It just is what it is. They're playing against a lot of tough teams, but it's really hard to go through all these home games and then lose every single one of them. It's just tough. So I'm going to take them to win this one. But like I said, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys, that's going to do it for NBA week 2. Or no, week 3 predictions here. So if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit the like, subscribe button for me. Join my Discord and my Twitch. Please follow me on there. I'll try to be live sometime this week, but I'll let you guys know. This is kind of my decision. Make sure you guys go check out our tomorrow's video. We'll have our NFL weekly pick show for tomorrow, so make sure you guys go check that out. But without further ado, guys, I'm gonna hop out, get together this, so you guys can go ahead and watch it. Tune in for the rest of the NBA week. I do appreciate all support, and I'm gonna go ahead and hop out of here so I can go ahead and get this thing edited. So appreciate all support, man. This is BigManNation.com. Peace out. Stay safe, and we'll see you guys in the next. Peace out.